It gives me great pleasure to introduce week 8 of the Hastings Report with myself and ESFL veteran Leon Pettit. Leon, first of all, how's your week been?
Yeah, all good, all dandy.
Yeah.
Even though I thought we agreed that I'm too young to be a veteran.
Okay.
I thought we agreed that.
Okay. So if it's not veteran, could it be old timer?
It's basically the same thing, isn't it?
How many seasons have you played in the ESFL?
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that speaks for itself then. No, but how's that injury coming along, mate?
Yeah, getting there. I went out for a run Saturday morning just to see, but it's one of those things, isn't it? Until you actually go to play a game, you'll never really know. But just about managed to run around. I made the mistake of running up by St Leonard's Park, Maze Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
Thought I'd run up there. Thought, go on, absolutely blitz it up there. Got about halfway and gave up. Stupid idea. But yeah, that's where my fitness is at the minute.
Okie dokie. Right then. Well, I hope you get. Well, you'll be back soon. Is this you just trying to skip the Hollington game?
Yeah, I'm doing a Howard. I want running away from Spicer. Don't fancy it.
Right, Ed, so let's crack into the SCFL results from the SCFL. So on Saturday, Bexhill United travelled to AFC Vardinians. Unfortunately, they lost 2-1. Funnily enough, Bexhill had the three Hull brothers in the team. Even James Hull came over from Hastings to give a hand, but his hand wasn't good enough. Losing 2-1. An own goal from Aaron Cook, who was subbed at the end of the half, and Mark Goldson for Vardinians, with Jamie Thorogood getting the goal for Bexhill.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see Bexhill lose that game, and I think they're going to be very disappointed with that. But from what I've read, they went 1-0 down despite dominating. And obviously it must have been a bit of a sucker punch for them. And as you said, James Hull come off the bench, but obviously couldn't quite do the job for Bexhill. So yeah, very disappointing result for them.
Yeah, and a surprising one. Then Little Common, playing on the same day, managed a 1-1 draw with Saltdean United. It was Matthew Crutwell's 400th appearance for Little Common. And well, we all thought the Common were going to lose. Will Berry got his first goal for the Saltdean, and then in the 86th minute, Sammy Bunn levelled it for Little Common. So 103 saw that game at the recreational ground. Well, not a bad result, really. What do you think about that, Leon?
I think Saltdean would be more pleased with the result. Really, I think I missed. I went over and watched it. I missed the goal, and apparently Common gifted Saltdean the goal. Sort of first half, Little Common gradually sort of edged it. I think they just weren't clinical enough. They had sort of most of their threat was down the left wing, I think, and just couldn't really put their chances away. And then second half, I think they should have carried on utilising the wingers. Really seemed to be where their threat was. Sort of had a few long balls pumped up to Lewis Hull, who held up the ball, but seemed a bit isolated, really. And then you could see they were trying to grab that goal. They had a few attacking players on the bench. They all come on, and obviously it eventually worked. Where they grabbed the goal and had the chance to win it right at the end. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Ollie Weeks he started right back and he moved over to the left, and he made a few good runs from that position throughout the game. And yeah, sort of the dying minutes, he went on another little mazy run, and I thought he overhit the cross, but apparently it hit the crossbar.
Oh, okay.
Went off to the other side of the pitch. But yeah, see,
Well,
Russell Eldridge himself, man of the match, still doing it. He must be nearing 40, but still a quality player.
nothing wrong with 40.
All right, but yeah, I think Saltdean will be definitely more pleased with that result. So, and after the game, I see a certain Dane Martin working in the bar.
Well, Dane who does everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, a man of many jobs in many clubs, apparently.
Wow. There you go. Bexhill's next fixture is tomorrow. When we're recording this on a Tuesday evening. They're going to be playing at home against Peacehaven. Do you think Bexhill can get back on winning ways?
It's difficult to say, really. It's just, I mean, they sort of just about beat Roffey, didn't they? Who are struggling, and obviously had this result against Valdinians, which is very disappointing. Sort of had a mixed bag of results. So, yeah, wouldn't like to bet those two iffy results have been away from home. So maybe home advantage will edge it for them. So,
and then Saturday, Bexhill have got Lingfield at home. Hopefully, Bexhill can get some points there.
Yeah, you'd hope so. As I was touching upon again, talking about Peacehaven, the form's been a bit mixed recently. So, yeah, don't know how to call it really.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, they're a little bit unpredictable at the moment, Bexhill, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So, Little Common travel to Crawley Down Gatwick. That's at Haven Field. That's on the Saturday. Oh, do you think they'll be lucky to get away with a draw there, Little Common, or what do you think?
Yeah, they're in for a tough afternoon. Crawley Down are currently second, and the second in the form table, five wins in a row. So I think it'll be a tough afternoon for Little Common, but they've pulled out some decent
results recently, yeah.
So you wouldn't write them off.
Okay, well, good luck there, Little Common. Right, so we're over to the MSFL. Let's see again. It's been fantastic stuff from Battletown last few weeks. Really turned it round, winning 4-1 at Ashurst Wood. Goals from Tristan Mayhew, 2 from Tyler Mole, a goal from Joseph Brister, with the consolation goal for Ashurst from George Rosa. Fantastic stuff. Two or three in the bounce now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've climbed off the foot of the table. Hopefully, sort of starting to get a feel of playing at this level. So next game's against Holland Sports, so it's another chance for them to pick up some points there, because I had Holland down as one of the teams to watch at the start of the season, but they're second bottom with 1 win. So
the classic Leon touch there.
Yeah, hopefully Battle can go away there and come over some points again.
Well, talking to people used to this level, Hollington, who are absolutely storming the league, played Holland Sports and tonked them 8-0, 4-0 at half-time. Charlie Conford, Dan Tewkesbury with a pen, Dan Rogers, Andy Corrigan, Danny Ellis, Bradley Pritchard, Chris Cummins-Barr and Dan Tewkesbury got the goals. I mean, they're certainly sharing the goals out as well. I mean, down at Mill Lane, again, they're just clinical, aren't they?
Yeah, at least they're not just relying on one guy to get the goals for them. It's coming from all over the pitch. And as I said yesterday, last week, see Zach McHenry's their top scorer. He's always been as far as I'm aware, a centre back. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was asked to mention as well, because chatting with the Hollington people, and apparently Andy Corrigan's goal was a real team effort, 15, 20 passes. Unluckily, we don't have footage of it, so it could be a Hollington exaggerating. You never know. But I would never say such a thing.
Not to their face, anyway.
No, because I'd have to run away. Right. Yeah. Okay, then moving on. Suddlescombe Rangers managed a win against Willingdon on Saturday. Lucas Zon and Isaac Perrin with the goals for Suddlescombe. Willingdon haven't posted their goals up on any form of social media, so unfortunately I can't tell you who scored, but it's nice to see Suddlescombe getting a win again.
Yeah. Well done, Suddlescombe.
Yeah. Moving on to the Parish Field, in a game that I went and watched the second half of, which some Westfield players did message me to tell me not to come again, because every time I turn up, they get tonked. They got a real lesson from Linfield, losing 4-1. Rory Farrell got 2 and Stuart Brown got 2 for Linfield. The consolation goal was from George Landace, a pen. I mean, he pulled it back to 2-1, but not for long. Linfield very strong, very physical side. I mean, for all Westfield, they really are full of some really young talent there. But they just, it's such a physical league. They were bullied out of the game. There was only one winner. But yeah, Leon, I mean, it's unfortunate, but Linfield, they're right up there with I think they're second or third. I don't know. I haven't looked at the table recently, but
they're fourth.
Oh, they're fourth now.
Yeah,
a bit of a shame. Hopefully, Westfield can bounce back from this.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Got Reigate Priory next. I think they've only lost 2 so far. One of them was against Cookfield, who are possibly going to be up there flying with Hollington. So could be another toughie for Westfield.
So, I mean, just moving on from this, the fixtures, Saddlescombe Rangers' next fixture is away to Linfield. So that might be a tough one for Saddlescombe. I mean, they're kind of a bit of up and down. You're never sure what you're going to get with Saddlescombe, are you?
No, they are sort of hard to predict, but I think again it'd be another tough afternoon for them. I mean, Linfield they've lost 2. One of them was against Rotherfield, who are struggling, but you'd sort of take that as a freak result comparing it to the other results, and then their other loss was against Hollington. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hollington have got Balcombe at the Gibbons. I don't think we need to even. I don't even need to ask you, really. Who do you think you're going to win that one?
No, it's getting a bit boring, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the Man City of the MSFL.
Against possibly the Stoke City, because Balcombe's, a lot of their results have been tight, sort of 3-2, 2-1s. Really, yeah. So you'd expect Hollington to be comfortable winners there.
Absolutely. And then obviously the last fixture we got here is Battletown playing Holland Sports at the Oval. So, maybe Battletown can continue this run going.
Yeah, who knows? As I touched upon earlier, obviously Hollands are not as strong as I thought they'd be. So, yeah.
I didn't want to rub it in. Right, so that's the MSFL. Right, so ESFL. Right, we've got Bexhill Town first, won 4-1 against St Leonard's Social firsts. Unfortunately, we've got no goals for who scored for Bexhill Town. Please, Bexhill Town, if you're listening, if you can't send them into the FA sites, send them off to us. Let's talk about them. Send in your goals. We'd love to big your side up. St Leonard's Social, Adam really got the goal. So good result for Bexhill Town. Punnetstown first, 1, Sidley United 2. A great victory for Sidley. Well, as I've read up a little bit on this one, because they did have a little bit of social media out there, and it was a Herculean effort for Sidley. They got over the line. 2 goals from Logan Copley. Won it for Sidley. The consolation was from Craig Norman. It's great to see Sidley win.
Yeah, well done to them.
Robertsbridge United first played Crowhurst. Well, there was only one. It was at the Clappers, and there was only one clapping going on, and that was for Crowhurst because they won 7-1. Jan Bailey, Reece Johnson, a Sean Leonard hat-trick, Wesley Tate and Carl Tomlin, with Ben Hazel coming off the bench for Robertsbridge to get the consolation. 7-1, an absolute tonkin there from Crowhurst. Okay, Rockinore were playing Hawkhurst United. It was 4-1. All we know is that Rockinore won the game. We unfortunately don't have any goals as of time of recording. And the team at the moment in this division, Rye Town, beat Bexhill AAC, and it was also despite an early sending off. They were down to 10 men from the 27th minute. And Rye Town managed to get the goal in the second half from Samuel Henham. Great victory for Rye Town. In Division 1, AFC Jesters were playing Parson Move firsts. Parson Move winning 3-1. Goals for Parson Move from Curtis Coombs, Joshua Page and Samuel Townsend. For Jesters, Jamie Morgan got the goal and got a booking as well. Sandhurst first were playing Battletown Reserves at the Sandhurst playing fields. That man who likes to find the net, James Founds, got 2 again. That's 7 in 3 for James, who he's made the team of the week, funnily enough. The goal for Battletown was from Daniel Turner. Yeah, Wadhurst United first were playing Tackaway firsts. And despite going down to 10 men, Tackaway came off 3-1 winners. Goals from Toby Payne, Grant Cornelius, and an unspecified own goal, with descending off in just the beginning of the second half from Chris Chalona for Tackaway, with Ryan Bateman getting the goal for Wadhurst. South Coast Atletico were playing Little Common reserves. They were 2-0 up in the first half with goals from FN Billsby. Little Common managed to pull one back in the second half, but it wasn't enough from Attilio Field. In Division 2, Hollington United reserves 3, Bexhill Rovers 1. Bexhill managed to go 1-0 up. They didn't put their goal up, so I don't know who scored it. But then Hollington, through Sonny Dalloway, Taylor Beale, and SHEA POTTER getting the third goal, made it 3-1 Hollington. And it just so happens we've got SHEA's goal.
No, get it back in, get it back in.
Yeah! Who first? Sedlescombe Rangers reserves. Danny Pepper getting the goal for Who, and it came out 1-0 winners. Icklesham Casuals were playing Victoria Baptists, and well, it was a comfortable victory for the Baptists. Two goals from Chris May, and the other one was from Adam Smith. Any whispers from Icklesham about that game?
Apparently they created loads of chances, just couldn't finish them. I think 3-0 sounded harsh on them, but I wasn't there to witness it, so I couldn't personally comment. But that's what I read on the WhatsApp. So
okay,
yeah, obviously need me back.
But this is what I was going to say, that inspiration, that talisman.
Yeah, I know. At least there, like I was the week before, cheering them on the sidelines. You know, just inspirational figure. Yeah, like Jesus.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
No, I got people ask me now. It'll be what's his name?
Oh, Jesus.
Who's the Beatle that got shot? John Lennon, that's it. It would be John Lennon scenario, wouldn't it? Some that'll come after me. Yeah. I'm not bigger than Jesus, for the record. I'm not.
Yeah. Moving on. Nordium 75s were playing Ninfield. Ninfield running out 3-1 winners. Jason Taylor with 2 goals. A certain Chris Agata getting one, with the consolation from Oscar Garcia Cruz. That Aggie's getting a few goals at the moment, isn't he?
He is, yeah, popping up, isn't he, and putting the performances in. But yeah, no, Linfield said last week, and they got some good players in there, so they've got something about them. So I'm not that overly surprised by the result. I can only imagine Northern possibly capitulated slightly, so they're also a decent size. But you got guys like Aggie, Jason Taylor, Andy Howes in your side. You're always going to cause teams problems at this level. So.
Moving on to Bexhill at the Tynekiln. They won 4-1 against Parson Move seconds. Harvey Cato and a Kieran Martin hat-trick for Pesh, and Kelvin Lowe's for Parson Move. Right, moving on to Div 3. Crowhurst reserves against Rye Town reserves. Crowhurst winning 4-3. Adam Howe, Joe McCarthy, Ben Thorpe, and an unspecified own goal for Crowhurst, with Rye Town going down to 10 men in the very early in the first half. Ben Banfield saw red, but Sam Hasmere, Robert Levitt, and George Studley got their goals. Hastings Comets against Parkfield first. Parkfield won 2-1. Declan Otley and Matthew Sedgwick for Parkfield, with a goal from Brandon Smith for the Comets. Sovereign Saints were playing Hurstman Zoo, and Hurstman Zoo coming out 3-2 winners. They were 2-0 down. Sovereign Saints with Philip Chandler and Adrian Leiduni going 2-0 up, but then Robbie Hodgson, Harry Woods, and Charlie Shearing winning it for Hurstman Zoo. Ticehurst were playing Bexhill AAC reserves. Bexhill winning 3-2. Jamie McGraw getting 2, and Dominic Sinden getting the winner for Bexhill. Ticehurst goals aren't up as at time of recording. Westfield Thirds were playing Orrington Firsts. Orrington winning 3-0, 2-0 up at half time. Sam Saunders getting a couple of goals made it 2-0. And Thomas Blything got the third for Orrington. Moving on to Div 4. Wellcroft Park Rangers were playing Westfield Fourths. Wellcroft, 2 goals from Benjamin Ackhurst and a goal from Darren Wheeler made it a comfortable 3-0 win for Wellcroft. Burwash were playing Hawkhurst United Reserves. Burwash going 4-0 winners. Charlie Wilson, Lee Mansfield, Max Taylor, and then Rise Kula made it 4-0 to Burwash. Hastings Athletic were playing Battletown Thirds. Battletown going out 5-0 winners, 2-0 at half time. Nathan Dolby, 2 goals in the first half, with further goals from Callum Parker, Joshua Naylor, and Lewis Ransom. Pass and Move Thirds were playing Robertsbridge United Reserves at Ninfield. 5-1 to Robertsbridge. Robertsbridge scorers were Neil Gofton, Tommy Moyes, Ben Tinge, Tom Ripley, who bagged a couple. Pass and Move haven't put their goal scorer up at time of recording. Sedlescombe Rangers Development beat Tackleway Reserves 2-1. Sedlescombe scorers were Chris Ford and Graham Stovall, with Tackleway's scorer Ben Hull. So yeah, Leon, so looking at the MACRON Cup, we've got 3 fixtures coming up. So that's Sedlescombe Rangers Reserves against St Leonard's Social, Sidley United against Westfield Reserves, and Westfield Fourths against Who Firsts. That's the first 3 fixtures on Saturday. Well, let's see how that goes. Okay, looking at the 1st of October's team of the week for the ESFL, Mark Wilson in goal for South Coast Athletico. We've got a back 4 of Nathan Tutt from Tackleway, Kenny Mitchell from Who, Brandon Kovacs from Pass and Move, Battletown's Lewis Ransom at right back. The midfield, Pesh's Jackson Francis. We've got George Davash from Hollington, Roberts Bridges, Tommy Moyes, a certain James Found from Sandhurst. Up front, we've got Sean Leonard from Crowhurst and Logan Copley from Sidley. Well, not a bad little side that, Leon. Nice to see a Sidley forward in a team of the week. Well, the whole of Sidley. Did the whole of Sidley vote for that chap?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. But anyway, great stuff. Right then.
Votes him.
Just again, anyone listening, please get your videos in if you want them shown. Get them out there. Get your match reports in if you can. It's all about getting your team's message out there. Leon, what's your plans this weekend?
I don't know yet. I might go and watch Icklesham play. I might make the trek up to Met Police's ground, watch Hastings play. I'm still undecided, so I'm still open to suggestions.
Oh, okay. Well, my suggestion is come to the Met Police game because that's where I'll be going. But listen, Leon, you have a good... That was the week that was. And I'll see you next week.
See you next week.